What's good, my fellow Naytiba Slayers? In today's video, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about combat in the early game. We're going to learn about the skills and which skills you should probably prioritize in the beginning. I'm going to show you an exosuit that you definitely don't want to miss that's in the beginning of the game. Also, I'm going to talk about combat in general, some quick tips and everything that you need to know about it to make it a whole lot easier and a lot more fun. So let's get into it. If you want to skip to a specific part of the video, of course, check the chapter list down below. So let's jump into the skills tab. You got 3 tabs that are unlocked in the beginning: survival, attack, and beta. A beta are like your magic or special skills. Attack is your basic combos and all the different things that comes along with that. And then survival. Survival is going to be like your blinking, your perfect parry, your perfect dodge, and different things that you really need to master in order to survive in this game. The other 2 are going to be locked at the early stages. They have to do with your drone, but once you get to that stage in the game, of course, I'm going to make a guide about those as well. So let's talk about basic combat. You have your basic attacks or different combos that you're going to want to learn. You have your shield. As long as your shield is completely maxed out, you're going to be able to mitigate a bunch of damage that comes to you every time an enemy attacks you while you're guarding. If you perfect parry the enemy, you receive no damage. And if you perfect dodge the enemy, of course, you receive no damage as well. Balance. Balance is a gauge that all of your enemies are going to have when you fight them. When you break their balance gauge, you can completely punish them and destroy them a hell of a lot easier. Figuring out the perfect parry system so you can break the balance gauge is going to be key and something you should prioritize in the beginning of your playthrough. Now let's talk about the different things that need to be dodged in the game. When your enemy starts glowing, it's time to dodge. When the enemy glows red, you need to get the hell out of there. Basically, dodging continuously is going to be the only way to get you out of these situations. The enemy is going to be kind of in an enraged state, so they're going to try to swing at you with everything they got. Continue to dodge until you get a situation where you can punish them back and or just get away. Moving right along, when the enemy turns yellow, that's a simple dodge. When the enemy turns blue, however, you want to blink. A blink means that you want to dodge forward, going towards the enemy so that you can get behind them. When the enemy turns purple, you're going to want to dodge backwards, which is a repulse. This is going to give you a bunch of distance between you and your enemy, and then from there, you can destroy them with a bunch of ranged attacks. Some more abilities that you might want to look into are Rush. Rush is absolutely clutch and very insane. It's going to allow you to close the distance between you and your enemy with ease. If you get the follow-up ability to that, then not only can you close the distance, but you can also punish. An early game exosuit that you definitely don't want to miss is this one right here. The Chain Type Exospine. The Chain Type Exospine is easily found right after beating the first boss of the game. When you beat the first boss and you're standing inside of the parking garage, go all the way down to this section right here, walk over to these square boxes, and make sure whenever you see these boxes, you always grab them. These are going to be the Exospine cases, and these are going to have at least 1 Exospine inside of them. For example, the Chain Type Exospine at first increases attack power for anything that's level 2 or higher by 27%, absolutely insane. At level 2, the Chain Type Exospine will increase crit damage. And at the last level of the Chain Type Exospine, it's going to increase the crit chance rate of combo attack levels 4 or higher by 30%. Absolutely insane. If you want to make the game easy mode, however, this is what you want to get. This is the Protection Type Exospine. The Protection Type Exospine at the first stage is going to allow you to basically decrease the damage received from enemies by 10. The next level is going to be shield protection level increases by 1 at maximum. And then lastly, the third level of your Protection Type Exospine is going to have a chance to restore HP for 5 seconds while guarding or parrying when the HP is 20% or less. Kind of OP. Last but not least, you might want to consider going into the training simulator. That is going to be the location where you're going to learn parrying, dodging, and basically how these different enemies want to attack you. Getting this down is going to make your game so much easier and a lot more fun. There's 3 different skill trees that are unlocked in the beginning of the game: beta, attack, and survival. Survival is going to have your dodging, perfect dodging, and parry system. The attacks is going to have all of your combos and everything that you're going to need to know and learn over time, as well as assault and your beta energy. Beta energy is like your magic gauge. It's going to allow you to do special attacks over here in this section, the beta section. This right here is the 4 different abilities that are unlocked at the beginning of the game. Of course, you're gonna have to spend points to get the other ones. The only one that you originally have is gonna probably be, I think, is triplet. And then after that, you wanna get slash. You're gonna wanna look at shockwave and shield breaker. Depending on what enemy you're fighting will depend on which one you prioritized. For me, I decided to prioritize all the different passives so that it makes it that much easier to dodge and parry all the enemies in the game. Whenever you down the enemy, it's time to punish. You're always going to want to look for your punishing windows, and there's a lot of them. Blinking is super easy. As soon as you see the blue orb around the enemy and then your sword goes blue, it's time for you to get behind them. Just like this. Alright, and then it's just punish time. It's a great opportunity for you to do one of your strong attacks or anything, some of your favorite combos or whatever works for you. And then repulse is just that easy as well. When the enemy goes purple, it's time to get the hell out of dodge. Now, he's in a down state, and when he's in a down state, any type of ranged ability that you have, that's the time to use it. Combo attacks. Incursion N is the basic square attack. Aerial incursion is jumping in the air first and then using a bunch of square attacks. Incursion 1 is going to be the first level of incursion, and it's basically a square with a barrage of triangles. From here on, this is what you probably want to really learn and get good with. Make it your bread and butter. The incursion 2, the onslaught 2, 3, 4, all of these are going to be key to taking out the enemy, freeing up space, and creating distance while trying to figure out what you want to do next or what's coming next. If you like what we do here in the channel, make sure you smash that like button. And sub to the channel so that you don't miss out on any more tips, tricks, guides, and a whole lot more for Stellar Blade. This was your boy M of MCHD. For now though, I'm out of here.